let me just jump into it. I want to keep doing some content for new people because I do want to grow the channel. But I guess I have to address like one allegation up front that somebody is alleging that I deleted the comment. No, the comment was not deleted. In fact, the comment is up. They put it on their own channel as a screenshot. No, the comment was not deleted. What happens is, which apparently nobody wants to tell the truth about any of this stuff because, reasons, that if you do put comments in that are too controversial, whether it has foul language or certain topics, and you can complain to Google, that has gone overboard, that is what will happen. They will hide or get rid of comments if it's just too much. That's not me. If I deleted the comment, I would tell you I deleted the comment. Also, the comment has been preserved. So, what is the issue? Don't know. And apparently, this person is going on to saying, I'm a bigot. Okay, I'm a bigot because I don't like the Nazis. That's indicative of my racist ideology that I'm challenging the Nazis. But now let's get to the main event. And let's be very clear that Marisa is what she is. She's a grifter. She's a liar. She's a con artist. She's a manipulator. She's literally committed crimes. She's ripped a lot of people off, lied to them, and done very ugly things. However, in the world and universe of two things being true, was this a good video regarding Knifehoarder and Goot and the FTG and revealing, well, the nicest thing you say, some parts of FTG clearly are comfortable and okay with white nationalism and racism? And the answer is yes. It wasn't an excellent video. He's not a cult expert. He's not a specialist in this field. I am. So, did she do an adequate job? Yes. And I did something for channel members. I don't want to bore them, so I'm going to be very quick. But if you want a more in-depth discussion, more fun discussion, you go to become a channel member. I'm going to do some things. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do more because Knifehoarder, I don't think he even meant to slip up. He had to admit to some additional confirming evidence that does not paint him in a good light. But let's get to the central piece of evidence, which is pretty damning, and it is really hard to explain. So the basic gist is that Knifehoarder, and he did allude to some of this, that he was in a gang when he went to jail years ago. And the gang was apparently a white nationalist one, and he got tattoos. One of the tattoos is 1488. So let me be very quick. The 14 is referencing a white nationalist terrorist who was caught. And I could literally write a book easily on this because I studied it for years and years. Essentially, it was this cell called The Order, which was inspired by the Turner Diaries, which was written by William Pierce. And Pierce was part of the ANP. And since, I am trying to have this video monetized a little bit, I can't even get into all that. But just Google the ANP and Nazis, and there you go. So they committed a series of killings and robberies and were finally caught. Their leader, Robert J. Matthews, died. Well, I want to say, let's be very clear, assassinated. But Lane, who was part of the group, went to jail, and part of his attempt to continue the cause was to embody the 14 words, which basically is a message to white people, specifically, to preserve their racial heritage. That's what the 14 refers to. And the 88 is coded language to a certain section of German history, which, if you piece it together, yeah, it's the Nazi German history it's referencing. So Knifehoarder calls this one of his favorite tattoos. And Marisa played a clip, which is him. This is him. This is Tom. This is Knifehoarder. And he's saying this is his favorite tattoo. And he admits he's being a bully. He loves being a bully. And he's proud of the tattoo. Today, he's saying he's not proud of that tattoo. He just got it years and years ago. And he got it because he was beating up on some really bad people. He doesn't provide any evidence of this being true at all. He just says, well, I got that tattoo because I did beat up on these really, really bad people. Who? He doesn't name them, right? So is Knifehoarder lying to you? Yes, he's doing a lot of lying. And he's been doing suspicious things for a while. Now, despite this revisionist history, I asked him about some of these suspicious things because he was making allegations which were, I mean, I don't know if they're true or not. We'll get into it. Again, even with terms of services, and I have a Bitchute channel, SkyTel, and I'll be putting some stuff up there that is, decidedly a little bit more blunt, spicy, and well, it could get beyond even R-rated because some of the stuff he was alleging was pretty out. So before, Knifehoarder and me were very respectful, going back and forth, but I think he made some errors and was, going a little overboard. But he is gaslighting people on the tattoos because, and again, I had heard this, and so I saw most of this evidence before. Again, if you've been keeping up with the Knifehoarder controversy, most of the video you don't need to see, the Marisa video. However, there was a section where she provided some new additional evidence I did not see and some screenshots I did not know about. And they definitely do show that Knifehoarder is lying, Marilyn is lying, Susie is lying. Goot, I think, is fine. However, it is true. I want to be very clear. It is true. On his channel and in various places, he said things, to put it mildly, that were racially insensitive. Now, to me, it does not show that Goot is a racist. I don't think that's true, but it does show he's willing to be very close to the line with some racial humor. Now, I'm okay with that. I do listen to a lot of comedians who are controversial. Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Amy Schumer. And let's be very clear on the politics. Like, Chappelle is a Muslim condemning Israel. Schumer is pro-Israeli. So these are very controversial comedians. I'm not going to change. I think it's fine to listen to controversial opinions, but you can get very close to the edge. And if Goot wants to dance near the edge, that is fine. But let me just address one thing that I think is being distorted. He puts on his channel now, white owned. Not being a racist. What he's doing, he's mocking, which I don't think is a good idea, that you support black businesses, Hispanic businesses, right? Asian minority owned businesses. So he's just flipping it around. Instead of supporting black business, oh, you should support white business. Again, if you're into this kind of humor, you'll find it funny. I didn't think it was particularly funny. I don't think it was that clever, but that is what he's doing. He's not being a racist. But again, it's very close to the edge. Now, Knifehoarder, to say he went over the edge would be an understatement. So, and this is very critical. I don't think we know this for a fact, so I have to be very careful. So, in his email, and again, I'm going to be careful not to show, although apparently, Knifehoarder confirmed this, that email is now in trouble. So, something is definitely up. So, in the email, he uses the 1488, the code for white nationalism, twice. Right? Because with the way with emails, you can mix it up. So he has a name, and then the number, and then the same number again. And he's using his name. So he's literally attaching his name twice to a white nationalist code. And he confirmed in his video, oh yeah, the Google people don't like it. That's not good. That's not good at all. And there's a lot to respond to Knifehoarder's response to this video, and he basically just, again, unfortunately, he's just doing a lot of gaslighting and deceiving people. He did confirm, oh yeah, I did. That's the email I used. So he's not denying the email had those numbers. He's not even denying that the numbers mean what they mean. He's just saying, oh, that's just old news. Okay. Well, apparently that's not sufficient for Google. And they're like, this is a problem. So he's got to get a new email. And this is very critical. Because again, what Reese was doing, yes, she was traipsing over many old things. However, this is critical. And that is, when did he gain the email? Because Knifehoarder says he got it years and years ago. He just didn't want to change it. It's just habit. He doesn't want to change it. He's proud of his time in prison because he was beating up on bad people. Reese is saying, no, this email is very recent. So she's saying it's created very recently. That's critical because then if in the last couple of years he created it, I mean, the nicest thing you could say, oh, it's like, dude, he's just having fun. He's trying to trigger the woke soy boy, whatever. He doesn't mean it. It's just a joke. I don't think this is stuff you joke about. Period. And even the spicy comedians, they joke about these things, but they're very careful too. Like, when you get to the level of racist genocide, I listen to, again, a lot of abrasive comedy. Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K. These are very controversial people. I don't even think Andrew Dice Clay jokes about these things. I mean, there's going to always be a limit that say, I don't know. Again, it's your choice if you want to listen to comedy that is really extreme. I think this is going far beyond even an extreme. So even if it was a joke, I don't think it's a good joke. I don't think Knifehoarder was joking. I think it's just meant to be, oh, yeah, these are my numbers. I like these numbers. And on tape, he's saying, I'm a bully. And it's my favorite tattoo with these numbers on it. Now, as always, Marisa's going too far, calling all these people white supremacists. The evidence is weak there. However, is she correct that some of this is definitely white nationalism and racism? Yes. That I can confirm. I can confirm that as an expert. Nothing to do with Knifehoarder. Has nothing to do with Marisa. If you study these things at the specialized level, yeah, this is what exactly these people do. This online group, when they talk to themselves, try to have a code to hide the fact that they are racist and white nationalists. And that is where we are. So, again, the video was not path breaking, but it did have sections I was like, okay, this is additional evidence and it's pretty strong. And Knifehoarder is not denying the evidence. He just is mocking it. And that's where we are.